Welcome to my channel. This is Galactic's Fables, where we explore the fascinating world of science fiction. Join me on a journey of the young scientist and soldier's mission to save Earth as we delve into the deepest reaches of the universe. Let's blast off. The invasion began on a hot summer day, when the sky turned dark and an eerie silence descended upon the city. Nobody knew what was happening, but as the first wave of alien ships appeared on the horizon, people began to run and panic. The ships were massive, with sleek, metallic bodies and strange glowing lights that pulsed and flickered. They hovered silently in the air, like vultures circling their prey. As chaos erupted on the streets, a young scientist named Emma took refuge in her laboratory. She had been studying extraterrestrial life for years and knew more than anyone else about the aliens' capabilities. But even she was shocked by the scale of the invasion. Emma was a brilliant scientist, but also a woman with flaws. She was stubborn and often acted impulsively, which had caused problems for her in the past. But now, she knew that she had to put her skills to use if she was going to survive the invasion. She worked tirelessly in her lab, analyzing data and monitoring the aliens' movements. She discovered that they were searching for something hidden deep beneath the Earth's surface. Emma knew that if she could figure out what it was, she might be able to stop the invasion. Meanwhile, the aliens had set up a base of operations in the heart of the city. They had constructed a massive structure, a towering metallic spire that reached up towards the sky. It hummed and buzzed with energy as if it were alive. Emma knew that this was where they were keeping whatever it was they were searching for. As Emma worked, she encountered a young soldier named Jack. He was brash and cocky, but also brave and determined. Jack had been fighting the aliens since the invasion began, but had little to show for it. He was tired and disillusioned, but when he met Emma, something sparked between them. Together, they hatched a plan to infiltrate the aliens' base and retrieve whatever it was they were searching for. The plan was dangerous and risky, but they had no other choice. They snuck into the base under the cover of darkness, moving silently through the labyrinthine corridors. They encountered several alien guards, but with Jack's combat skills and Emma's intelligence, they managed to defeat them. Finally, they reached the heart of the base, where they found the object of the aliens' search. It was a strange, glowing crystal, pulsing with energy. As they looked upon it, they knew that it was a source of great power. But as they prepared to take it, they were ambushed by the alien leader. The alien was massive, towering over them like a giant. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and its body was covered in shimmering armor. It spoke in a strange language, but Emma understood it thanks to her years of research. It demanded that they hand over the crystal or face destruction. Emma and Jack stood their ground, refusing to give up the crystal. They fought the alien with all their might, using their skills and wits to outmaneuver it. But just as they were about to defeat it, a twist in the story occurred. The crystal suddenly exploded with a burst of energy, enveloping the entire base in a blinding light. Emma and Jack were thrown back by the force of the blast. And when they opened their eyes, they found themselves in a different location. The alien invasion was over, and the world had been transformed. The sky was no longer dark and foreboding, but bright and clear. The buildings and streets had been replaced by strange, otherworldly structures, and the people around them were no longer human. Emma and Jack had been transported to a new world, one that was both terrifying and wondrous. Emma and Jack stood there, gaping in amazement at the sight before them. They had been transported to an alien planet, and everything was completely foreign to them. The buildings were tall and spiky, made of a material that resembled crystal. The streets were made of some kind of shimmering, iridescent material that seemed to shift and change with every step they took, and the people or creatures around them were unlike anything they had ever seen. Emma looked over at Jack, who was staring wide-eyed at the alien landscape. "Do you have any idea where we are?" she asked him, trying to keep her voice steady. Jack shook his head. "No idea, but I think it's safe to say we're not in Kansas anymore." Emma tried to keep her cool, but she couldn't help feeling a rising sense of panic. They were completely alone in a world that was completely alien to them, and they had no idea how they had gotten there or how they were going to get back. As they walked through the alien city, they attracted the attention of the creatures that lived there. They were all different shapes and sizes, some with tentacles, some with wings, and some with multiple limbs. They all seemed to be studying Emma and Jack with intense curiosity, as if they had never seen humans before. Emma tried to communicate with them, but none of them spoke English or any language that she recognized. She felt a sinking feeling in her stomach as she realized that they were completely cut off from everything they knew. They walked for what felt like hours, trying to find some kind of shelter or refuge. The alien city was massive and seemingly endless, and they had no idea where to go. The creatures around them were friendly enough, but Emma couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. As they rounded a corner, they came face to face with a group of aliens who were decidedly less friendly. They were tall and muscular, with sharp teeth and claw-like fingers. Emma and Jack froze, unsure of what to do. One of the aliens stepped forward, its glowing eyes fixed on them. It let out a low growl, and Emma could feel the hair on the back of her neck standing up. She reached for Jack's hand, and he gave it a reassuring squeeze. Suddenly, without warning, the creature lunged at them. Emma and Jack stumbled backward, trying to defend themselves, but they were hopelessly outmatched. The alien pinned Emma to the ground, its claws digging into her flesh, while Jack struggled to fend off the others. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a group of creatures descended from the sky, wielding weapons that emitted beams of light. They drove off the attacking aliens and lifted Emma and Jack to their feet. Emma and Jack were grateful for their rescue, but they couldn't shake the feeling that they were in even more danger than before. They were completely out of their element, and they had no idea who to trust. As they traveled with their rescuers, they began to notice strange things happening. The creatures seemed to be communicating with each other telepathically, and Emma and Jack could hear their thoughts as clearly as if they were spoken aloud. They also began to experience strange physical sensations, as if their bodies were changing in some way. Emma and Jack had no idea what was happening to them, but they knew that it couldn't be good. They were completely at the mercy of these alien creatures, and they had no idea how to escape or what their ultimate fate would be. As the hours turned into days, Emma and Jack learned more about the alien world they found themselves in. They discovered that the creatures who had rescued them were part of a resistance movement, fighting against a powerful alien empire that had conquered many worlds in the galaxy. The resistance fighters were a diverse group, made up of different species and races, all united in their common goal of defeating the aliens and liberating their homeworlds. Emma and Jack were amazed by the technology they saw around them, from the advanced weapons and transportation systems to the medical facilities that could heal even the most severe injuries in a matter of minutes. But they also saw the toll that the war had taken on the resistance fighters. Many were scarred and wounded, both physically and emotionally, from years of fighting and loss, despite the dangers and challenges they faced. Emma and Jack were determined to help the resistance in any way they could. Emma's knowledge of Earth's military tactics and strategies proved to be invaluable to the resistance fighters, and Jack's engineering skills allowed him to repair and improve their weapons and equipment. As they worked alongside the resistance, Emma and Jack also grew closer to each other. They shared their fears, hopes, and dreams, and found solace and comfort in each other's company. But their relationship was tested when Emma was captured by the aliens during a mission. For weeks, Jack and the rest of the resistance searched for Emma, but they found no trace of her. Just when they had given up hope, they received a message from the aliens, offering to exchange Emma for a valuable piece of technology. The resistance leaders debated the offer, but Emma's safety was their top priority. They decided to go through with the exchange, but they also planned a daring rescue mission to retrieve Emma and strike a blow against the alien empire. The exchange took place on a deserted planet, and Emma was returned to the resistance unharmed. But just as they were about to leave, the aliens attacked, revealing that they had no intention of honoring the exchange. A fierce battle ensued, with the resistance fighters using all their weapons and tactics to hold off the alien onslaught. Emma and Jack fought side by side, their skills and training complementing each other perfectly. But just when they thought they had gained the upper hand, the aliens unleashed a devastating weapon that threatened to wipe out the resistance. In a desperate move, Emma and Jack activated a device they had been working on secretly, using it to create a massive energy field that neutralized the alien weapon and destroyed their ships. The victory was hard-won, and many lives were lost, but the resistance had triumphed over the alien empire. As the survivors regrouped and celebrated their victory, Emma and Jack finally allowed themselves to embrace their feelings for each other. They knew that there were still many challenges ahead, but they also knew that they had each other and the support of their fellow resistance fighters. Together, they would continue to fight for freedom and justice in the galaxy, never forgetting the lessons they had learned and the sacrifices that had been made along the way. For Emma and Jack, their journey had just begun, and they were ready for whatever lay ahead as long as they were together.